Hello, devoted sinners. Your confessor of the forbidden is back. If you're new, subscribe for more temptations. Loyal followers, you know the drill. Give a fiery like and share the sin. Get ready for a story that will shake your beliefs. Close your eyes and let yourself be carried away by this tale of habits and forbidden desire. Ready? Let's begin. My name is Sister Ana of Purity, though purity is the last thing on my mind these days. At 25, I thought I had found my calling at the Conception Convent. 3 years of novitiate had prepared me for a life of devotion and service, or so I thought, until Father Rafael arrived. He came to our convent on a rainy April afternoon, tall, with piercing blue eyes and a voice that could melt ice. He immediately caught the attention of all the sisters, but it was his gaze, that gaze that seemed to look straight into my soul, that captivated me from the very first moment. The days passed, and each Mass, each confession, became a sweet torture. His sermons about divine love resonated in my heart, but not in the way they should have. I found myself fantasizing about his hands, imagining how they would feel on my skin instead of the rosary. One night, unable to sleep, I decided to go to the chapel to pray. To my surprise, Father Gabriel was there, kneeling before the altar. The candlelight danced on his face, making him look almost ethereal. Without realizing it, I let out a sigh. "Sister Ana," he said with that voice that made me tremble, "what are you doing here at this hour?" "I couldn't sleep, Father," I replied, feeling my cheeks flush. "I came to seek comfort." He approached me, and I could smell his incense aroma mixed with something more earthy, more masculine. "What troubles you, my child?" he asked, placing his hand on my shoulder. That simple touch sent shivers down my spine. "I have doubts, Father," I whispered, not daring to look him in the eye. "About my calling. What happened next was like a dream, or perhaps a divine nightmare." Father Rafael looked at me with an intensity that stole my breath. For a moment, I thought I saw a glimmer of something more than paternal concern in his eyes. "Sometimes," he said quietly, "temptation is a test of our faith." Without thinking, I moved closer to him. "What if I don't want to resist temptation, Father?" I whispered. The silence that followed was deafening. I could hear the beats of my heart, so loud I feared it would wake up the entire convent. Father Rafael seemed to be battling with himself. Finally, with a sigh that sounded like both defeat and victory, he cupped my face in his hands. "May God forgive us," he murmured before his lips met mine. That kiss was like tasting heaven and hell at the same time. His lips, soft but demanding, awakened sensations I didn't even know existed. My trembling hands clutched his cassock, while his explored my back, descending dangerously. Suddenly, a noise in the hallway separated us. Breathless, our eyes filled with desire and guilt, we stared at each other. "This is wrong," he said, but his body told a different story. "Then why does it feel so good?" I replied, echoing his own words from a previous sermon. The following days were a whirlwind of stolen glances, accidental touches, and sexual tension so thick it could be cut with a knife. Each confession became a session of sweet torture, where words had double meanings and forgiveness mixed with silent promises of more. One afternoon, while helping in the convent library, Father Rafael entered. We were alone, surrounded by ancient books and the scent of old paper. Without a word, he cornered me against a bookshelf. His hands explored my body over the habit, awakening sensations that no prayer could calm. "This is a sin," I whispered as his lips traced a fiery path down my neck. "Then let's sin together," he responded in a voice thick with desire. That night, in the darkness of the sacristy, we crossed all lines. His hands, accustomed to holding the chalice, now explored every curve of my body. My lips, which had once only spoken prayers, now moaned his name in ecstasy. It was passionate, forbidden, and absolutely heavenly. But guilt arrived with the dawn. How could we preach God's word when we ourselves had fallen into temptation? Each Mass became a test of endurance, reminding us of what we had done, what we were still doing in secret. Our encounters continued, growing more frequent, more daring. In the confessional, behind the altar, even in his room. The adrenaline of almost being caught only heightened our desire. But we couldn't keep the secret forever. One night, the Mother Superior caught us in an embrace that was anything but innocent. The scandal was immediate. I was confined to my cell, while Father Rafael was sent to another convent. I spent days crying, praying, questioning everything I believed. Was our love really a sin, or was it the purest expression of divine love? A week later, I received a clandestine note. It was from Rafael. "I'll be waiting for you outside the convent walls at midnight. If you come, we'll leave everything behind and start a new life. If not, I'll understand that you've chosen your calling." That night, as the clock struck 12, I found myself standing in front of the convent door. My heart raced, torn between duty and desire. What should I do? Well, my dear sinners, what do you think I did? Did I stay at the convent, dedicating my life to God and forgetting the taste of forbidden kisses? Or did I jump into Raphael's arms, choosing earthly love over the divine? The truth is, you'll have to wait for the next episode to find out, because, as you know, suspense is the best aphrodisiac. And you? Have you ever felt a pull so strong that it defies all rules? Would you dare risk it all for a moment of passion? Leave your spicy confessions in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that will make even saints blush. Until next time, my faithful followers of sweet sin.